Synchronicities, the universe's secret code. Have you ever stopped to think that the coincidences in your life might be far more than chance? What if that unexpected encounter, that song playing at the perfect moment, or that dream that seemed to predict the future were actually messages from a living universe trying to reach out to you? In this video, we're diving deep into the mystery of synchronicity, a hidden force that connects everything from your mind to the cosmos. Get ready to uncover secrets that just might change the way you see reality forever. Ready to begin. Synchronicity, the mystery that connects the universe. Imagine the world you see as just the tip of a cosmic iceberg, a sliver of the universe's true nature. There's an invisible force, almost magical, weaving together the events of your life, from chance encounters to the message that arrives just as you're thinking of someone. What most people call coincidence may actually be a clue to a hidden order, a larger pattern that only a few are able to perceive. This is the essence of synchronicity. At the heart of this idea is the work of Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican neurophysiologist and psychologist who explored the link between human consciousness and quantum entanglement. He developed the theory of the lattice network, a field of quantum energy that interconnects thoughts, events, and experiences into a stream of meaning that shapes our perception of reality. It's as if we're all connected by invisible threads, dancing in sync with the cosmos. But here's where the mystery deepens. In 1994, Grinberg vanished without a trace. Was it an accident or something more sinister? His ideas were so groundbreaking they raised unsettling questions. Why does synchronicity, the notion that nothing happens by chance, threaten those who control the flow of information? The Mutt's answer is both simple and powerful. Those who understand and harness this phenomenon can influence reality itself. This isn't mysticism, it's quantum physics. Science is already telling us that our thoughts help shape the world around us. Behind the scenes, there are forces that would rather keep this knowledge hidden. The idea that your life, every meeting, every sign, is part of a grand cosmic dance challenges the belief in a random, meaningless universe. That's why this wisdom has been locked away for so long, because awakening to your true potential is a radical act of freedom. Grinberg's discoveries invite us to look beyond the obvious, to question what we've been taught, and to expand our sense of what it really means to be alive. Are you ready to take the leap? To see the universe not as a string of coincidences, but as a living web pulsing with purpose and connection? The journey starts now. If you enjoy this kind of content, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more insights that will expand your view of the universe. Why does science resist synchronicity? Have you ever thought about someone only to get a message from them moments later? Or maybe you bumped into the right person at the exact moment you needed a solution. These moments, which feel almost magical, are more than just lucky coincidences. They're signs, clues to something bigger, an invisible web connecting everything in your life. But if that's true, why does mainstream science keep ignoring these connections? The answer lies in how science has viewed the world for decades, as a giant machine, predictable and mechanical, where consciousness is just a side effect of brain chemistry, nothing more than neurons firing. In this rigid worldview, anything that can't be measured in a lab is dismissed. That's exactly why synchronicity, described by psychologist Carl Jung as meaningful events with no obvious cause, doesn't fit. To Jung, synchronicity is like a secret code embedded in the universe, a conversation between your mind and a vast network of information that runs through all things. Think about a symbol that keeps appearing just when you need clarity. It's not random. It's the universe speaking to you. But mainstream science doesn't want to hear it. Jung's theory was pushed to the fringes, treated as an oddity rather than serious science. Why? Because accepting synchronicity would unravel the very structure of how knowledge is currently built. Imagine if everyone realized they could access a universal field of information. No need for gatekeepers, experts, or institutions. That would shake the foundations of the systems built to control what we know and how we think. Synchronicity isn't just a mystical concept for dreamers. It's a bridge between you and something much greater, a force connecting your everyday experiences to a living network of meaning. Every coincidence, like stumbling upon the perfect answer at just the right moment, is an invitation to decode this secret language. But as long as traditional science stays locked into a fragmented view of reality, millions of people will remain disconnected from this deeper truth, going through life as if everything is random. What if, instead of ignoring these signs, you started listening to them? What if your mind wasn't just a brain, but a portal to an infinite field of possibility? That idea could change everything. Ancient wisdom, new secrets, the unity of the cosmos. Imagine a universe that isn't just a collection of stars and planets, but a living mind, pulsating with connections that stretch across time and space. It sounds like a modern concept, but ancient civilizations whispered this truth long before telescopes and laboratories existed. Now, quantum physics begins to echo the same idea. Everything is interconnected, like threads in a vast cosmic tapestry. Yet the closer science gets to this truth, the more certain voices try to drown it out, insisting we're nothing but biological accidents in a cold, indifferent universe. For millennia, traditions like Greek Stoicism, Chinese Taoism, and Egyptian Hermeticism recognized the universe as one living organism, where each part resonates with the whole. The Stoics called it the Logos, a cosmic intelligence linking everything from a grain of sand to your very thoughts. In their view, nothing happens in isolation. Every event is part of a larger symphony, a cosmic sympathy that keeps the universe in harmony. In the East, Taoists saw the Tao as a primal force flowing through dynamic patterns that shape reality. The I Ching, far from being just a fortune-telling tool, served as a guide to align with that living matrix, a map for reading the signals of the cosmos. Meanwhile, Egyptian Hermeticism proclaimed, as above, so below, as within, so without. Aobai. Vision remarkably close to today's idea of a fractal universe, where the micro mirrors the macro. These cultures, separated by oceans and centuries, arrived at the same conclusion. Reality is a network of consciousness, and we are all woven into it. But as materialist thinking took over, this ancient wisdom faded, replaced by a fragmented view that reduced the world to disconnected pieces. Ancient texts, like those lost in the burning of the Library of Alexandria, were destroyed, along with vital clues about our connection to the whole. Who benefited from this erasure? And why keep people cut off from their true potential? Today, quantum physics suggests that the universe behaves more like a thought than a machine, a system where every mind is linked to a greater field. Recent studies, like those exploring the uncanny accuracy of the I Ching, are often dismissed simply because they challenge the status quo. But what if those moments of synchronicity, the ones that feel too meaningful to be mere coincidence, are messages from that field? What if the universe is always speaking, and we've just forgotten how to listen? Learning to read those signals could shift not only how we see the world, but how we live in it. Ancient wisdom and modern science are converging on a powerful truth. The universe is an open book waiting for you to learn its language. The silenced revolution of Jacobo Grinberg. At the crossroads of ancient wisdom and cutting-edge science stands a name wrapped in mystery. Jacobo Grinberg, a Mexican neurophysiologist whose bold ideas challenged everything we thought we knew about the mind. In 1994, at the peak of his groundbreaking work, Grinberg vanished without a trace. Coincidence? Or were his discoveries simply too dangerous for the world to accept? Grinberg believed that consciousness wasn't just a byproduct of the brain, but a gateway to a universal field of information, and he had evidence to back it up. His theory, called Synchronicity, proposed something extraordinary, an invisible network he named the Latice that permeates all of existence, connecting thoughts, emotions, and events in a cosmic dance. In his view, the brain doesn't generate consciousness, it acts like an antenna, tuning into this universal matrix. Inside the labs at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, Grinberg conducted experiments that felt like science fiction. In one study, participants were placed in isolated, electromagnetically shielded chambers. No contact, no communication. Yet their brainwaves synchronized instantly, as if their minds were locked onto the same frequency, accessing the same point in the lattice. These results flew in the face of conventional neuroscience, but perfectly aligned with the idea that consciousness extends beyond the physical body, and he didn't stop there. Grinberg studied Mexican shamans using advanced technology to monitor brain activity as they accessed seemingly impossible information, visions of faraway places, insights that transcended time and space. To him, these weren't mystical anomalies, but real evidence that our minds are temporary expressions of a larger non-local consciousness that flows through the universe. His findings suggested that moments of clarity, during deep meditation, or creative breakthroughs, connect us directly to this field, allowing synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences, to emerge as messages from the cosmos. So why haven't you heard his name in major scientific journals? Despite his impeccable credentials, Grinberg was ignored by the academic world. His findings were never debunked, just quietly dismissed. Why? Because accepting them would mean admitting that consciousness is the foundation of reality, not a side effect of the brain. That would shake the very core of modern science, from medicine to psychology, and open the door to validating intuition, creativity, and even the so-called paranormal. His ideas mirror principles in quantum physics, which describes a universe of possibilities that collapse only when observed. But the scientific establishment has chosen silence. Grinberg's disappearance and the suppression of his work leave us with a haunting question. Who benefits from keeping us disconnected from this truth? His legacy points to a universe where we are not isolated beings, but threads in a vast, intelligent web. What if we dared to tune in? What if the key to reality has always been within us, just waiting to be unlocked? Cosmic awakening. How synchronicity changes everything. You're not a lost particle drifting through a cold, indifferent universe. You're a thread in the living tapestry of existence, woven into the very fabric of reality. Synchronicity. Those uncanny moments when the universe seems to wink at you, like a song on the radio echoing your thoughts or a chance meeting that shifts your entire path, isn't just random. It's a glimpse into the deep connection between your mind and the pulsing heart of reality. This isn't just poetic. It's a truth backed by evidence that challenges everything we've been taught to believe. Think about those moments when life feels like it's speaking directly to you, when a symbol keeps appearing or a seemingly random encounter feels destined. Psychology shows us that these moments often mark turning points in our lives, guiding us in ways that defy simple cause and effect. They're not just statistical flukes, they're signs from a hidden order. Yet mainstream science often dismisses them as illusions, and psychiatry can label profound experiences, like deep meditation or near-death moments, as mere hallucinations. But research tells a different story. These altered states can offer shockingly accurate insights, tapping into a well of wisdom beyond normal perception. History is full of examples. Einstein wasn't the only one to come up with relativity. Others reached the same conclusions around the same time, without any contact. Newton and Leibniz independently invented calculus. Darwin developed his theory of evolution alongside Wallace, as if they were all drinking from the same cosmic stream. Artists and inventors like Tesla, who saw fully formed machines in his mind, or Mozart, who heard entire symphonies in a flash, described their creations as gifts from something beyond themselves. The mathematician Ramanujan, with no formal training, wrote equations so complex they took decades to verify, and he said they came from a divine source. These aren't just stories. They're clues that our minds can access a shared reservoir of wisdom. Medicine also points to this connection. The placebo effect, where belief alone can trigger healing, shows the mind's power over the body, linked by neuropeptides that bridge emotion and physical health. Studies even show that emotionally bonded people, like mothers and children, can share moments of unexplained intuition across great distances. These aren't quirks, they're evidence of a deeper web, what scientist Jacobo Grinberg called the Latice, a universal field where consciousness flows freely. This changes everything. You're not an isolated individual. You're a spark of something greater. Every thought you have echoes through the cosmos. Synchronicities are invitations to wake up, to recognize your role in this vibrant reality. But this truth threatens those who thrive on control, who keep us fragmented and disconnected. Claiming your place in the lattice dismantles that power and frees you to live as a conscious co-creator of existence. The choice is yours. Keep watching a random world pass by, or embrace a living universe that speaks to you in every moment. So, what will you choose? If this video opened your eyes to the power of synchronicity, don't stop here. Like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more content that will expand your vision of the universe. Tell us in the comments, what's the most mind-blowing coincidence you've ever experienced? Let's walk this journey together.